The Monster Project with Roger Light. Today, the monster skills that we want to develop is drawing a predator skull, the skull of an existing carnivore here on planet Earth. We're going to work with the lion skull, and the reason why we want to do that is simply that lions are already built by nature to rip apart and eat other animals, so they're pretty scary. The structure of their skeleton, their skull in particular, is perfectly well designed to hunt down and take down an animal and then eat it. So that's a really good starting point for creating a monster, obviously. As you can see here, I'm just working in some basic values in pencil and then using a brush to smooth out some areas. Wanting to create just a little bit of three-dimensional quality, a little bit of detail to this drawing of the lion skull. It's still a pretty rough drawing, not trying to get something that's, photorealistic. More just interested in developing some three-dimensionality and giving it, the structure that we need so that I can go ahead and build on top of that a rough sketch of a monster. So I like to work with a variety of pencils from 2H, which is a hard pencil, all the way to 6B. Now I'm working with, actually this may even be an 8B, it's a very dark pencil, and just improvising the structure of the monster over the top of the skull drawing. And as you can see, I've added in an eyeball and am coming in now and creating some of the structure of the neck, the eyelids, and some horns, adding a little bit more detail here and there. One thing you'll notice is I like to develop the entire drawing at once. I don't just stay in one area and just work that. I'm putting in some texture on the horns that I improvised here. One thing you'll notice is this really doesn't look anything like a lion. That was my intention, was to create a completely different looking monster, not something that looked like a lion monster, but really just to build up a totally different structure on top of that skull. He was a little bit too happy looking, so I've made the eyes a little bit more scary, added some more shading, and am now coming in and providing some more detail. Shaped up to be a pretty decent rough idea for a monster that I might draw and further develop, possibly paint in the future. So as you can see, when you start with a predator skull and build up from there, you end up with something scary looking fairly quickly. It's very helpful and it makes sense. When you look at it, it makes sense in terms of the jaw structure, the teeth. So just as a review, start with a carnivore skull, build up your monster on top of the skull, and then add texture and detail in the final stages. Check out the